I want to start by saying I'm a fan of your show. I also want to apologize if my story seemed to everywhere because my story happens back in 2007 and I just choose to share it now, but I still remember fragments of this encounter that really scared me big time. I also want to say that I am not new to the paranormal. I am what they call a sensitive to the paranormal. I also done a few guide in my life, but all that is behind me now. I did write about this story, but not sure if it went through though, so I choose to give it another shot if it didn't go through. So I also apologize if it does show up twice, lol. So this encounter took place back in 2007 when I was 15 years old, back when I lived in a townhouse in Virginia with my mom, stepdad, my older brother and his wife at the time, along with my older sister and my little sister and myself. This information is important for the story. Soon I can't really remember what day or week it was all. I know that it was very nice weather outside and it was a day where I wasn't in school and noon was home. I was upstairs in my room reading my book in the room. I shared with my older sister, and as I am reading my book I hear coming from downstairs in my mom's voices, me evenaqui por favor, and as I say, okay mommy, I'm coming, give me sex. So I put my book down and got downstairs and say yes mom, and the kitchen is real close to the steps. So I got to the kitchen, I don't see hers. So I scratched my head and was like, is where I heard her maybe. She's in the living room, so I got there new one there, but I get a bad feeling in my gut, but I brushed off. I went back upstairs to my room, closed my door, went back to my reading. Then 20 minutes later I hear, hey Bells, come here. I need your help. Come the room. I was confused because I thought my brother was working and he said, hey Evo, what are you doing home? Don't you work today? Man, I hear ya, but it took the day off confused. Is that why? So I walk into my brother's room, noon was there at all, I looked in the closed nun, and again I had a bad feeling and walked back to my room, but faster this time, and locked my door, went back to reading my book again. But more scared and telling myself how the heck is that possible, hear both my mom and my brother's voice and noon there. I also remembered one time my brother told me one day he was sick, and he was home alone, because I was not home. I think I was either hanging out with some friends or went jogging. Can't remember which. Honestly, I borrowed my brother's wife phone, and I get a call from my brother. Say, hey Bells, didn't you me calling you? I said, no bro, I'm not home, so how could I hear you? My brother's like, Bells, stop playing with me. I hear you in your room. I said, Evo, I'm seriously not home, see watch. So I go back home because I was done with whatever I was doing and opened the door to the house and said, see Evo, I'm home now. My brother looks at me so confused. I was like, you are probably just not feeling well and haven't slept good, so you're just tired, take a nap. But I knew in my gut that wasn't the case, because it has happened to me always when I was home alone, but I didn't want to worry him. Then I also remember one time I was home alone again. No one was home because I had taken a nap, and it was cold outside, so I just wanted to stay in. I also can't remember where everyone went either, so I'm not going to try to remember, but I was home alone. This time that I was home alone, I hear in my older sister's voice coming from downstairs in the living room, my sister E, saying, Bells, where the heck did you put my shoes? You used, man, I can't find it. Stop touching my stuff, man. I said, E, I haven't used your dang shoes since last time, so you must have misplaced it this time. I heard the voice that sounded like my sister's. They helped me find it, so I got downstairs to help her, and as I got downstairs, and as soon as I almost went to the living room, I see the door behind me open, and it's my sister E, and I stopped myself and told her stop messing with me. Emmy's sister looks at me confused and said, Bells, I haven't been home all day, stop being annoying. Behold, hurry, I'm not being annoying. I literally just heard you, I'm gonna gotta help find your shoes. We just had a whole conversation. He just said stop being annoying. I just go home. She goes upstairs and I walked to the living room, saw a figure in the shape of my sister. And I just ran upstairs to my brother's room and stayed there till my older sister went to look for me, asking me why I didn't go to our room. I told her because you seemed annoyed, so I went to Evo's room and she saw that I was crying. She asked why are you crying? Stop being annoying. But I kept that encounter to myself because I didn't want to be seen like I was weird or crazy. But honestly, till this day I still remember that, and it still scares me. Now that I am older and done my share of things for the paranormal and research, I might have had an encounter with what is called a mimic demons. From what I read, they can sound like any of your loved ones. One thing I am grateful is that this thing never made itself present to my little sister. and just men. I wouldn't want her childhood to be scared by this thing in the townhouse. That is my story. I hope you guys enjoyed it, for it was a tough story for me to tell because it scared me real bad. And even though I am 32 years old now, this encounter still gives me the chills.